cylinder, other days were a
There you go.
V10.
Oh, you get
Thousands
headphones?
of Arizonans at Ridgeline Desert Financial, located inside the Payson Walmart.
And good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning. It is time for our KRIM Community Spotlight program. And in the studio this morning, we have a business that is one of our KRIM sponsors, has been sponsoring the station for a long time. And we love doing a lot of different things with them. Contests. We just did a Mother's Day contest with them recently, which was a blast, a lot of fun. And it's Payson Premier Dental. And in the studio, we have Dr. Wade, Dr. Hanley, and Sarah Hubbard. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, come on now, don't be shy. Get up to the mics a little bit more. Get up to the mics. I know, I have to, and I'm sorry, I'm going to.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to let everyone know, because if you're watching on our KRIM FM Facebook page or YouTube channel, Dr. Wade, she's one that figures things out. She's very observant, figures things out, and she noticed that the corner seat is the furthest away from the camera. So she bolted in the studio this morning, got that corner seat, and said, Sarah, you can be right next to the camera. So, but it works out.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it works.
She's having a much better hair day than I do, so totally unfair.
For me, both of you are having a great hair day. I mean, my hair is non-existent. So, I mean, yeah, no, it's both of you doing great this morning. And you as well, Dr. Hanley.
Thank you.
Also, I can tell you probably don't as...
Just happy to have hair.
Yeah. I know, amen to that. I can't say that anymore. But great to have you guys in the studio and on the program this morning to share with our listeners a little bit about, what's new and the changes to Payson Premier Dental and everything that is going on. And I guess one of the main changes is the addition of Dr. Hanley to the office, and it's great. And I guess what brought that on, Dr. Wade?
Well, for years we've been kind of at maximum capacity and have a lot of patients to serve in the community, and we just had kind of run out of time and a little bit of space. So we had been searching for quite a while, and we looked at kind of what our core values are and what we wanted for our team and our patients and the community. And so we did a lot of searching, and I know when Dr. Hanley was looking, he also was kind of looking for the right fit as well. And so now we're actually accepting new patients that we had to kind of put off for a while. So it's been nice with the growth.
Oh, that is it is great. I mean, that I guess is a good problem to have, being at maximum capacity and not being able to accept patients. But there's a lot of people that want to get into the office and just don't have that. You didn't have that ability, but now you do. So that is great. Core values. You mentioned core values. Sarah, do you have those core values?
Yes, I do, Chris. Well, I mean, our roots are just honesty, caring, reliability, integrity, and kindness. That's not our core values. That's a baseline.
Gotcha.
So then our core values are, and then some, which is, we always do what is expected, and then some. Community involvement, dedicated to learning. We're always striving to be better. We're fun and personable. And we're proactive problem solvers.
Ooh, I like it. And those, I believe, all of those, I see all those qualities. Oh yeah, no, working with you guys, fun, caring environment, very professional, always learning. And it's great, when you're going to a medical professional, dentist, doctor, whoever it is, and they're doing that. They're always striving to be better and creating that pleasant environment that you go into. And it's fun to go in. It isn't like...
I think we fully embrace the fact that people don't like going to the dentist.
Wait, what? Wait a second. What?
Crazy. Newsflash.
Yeah. Wait a
Okay.
second. You heard it here first, folks.
And you are
I
the
can't
only
believe
exception,
that.
Chris.
I am.
You really do like going in.
I do not mind it one bit. I will say this, I will say it hundreds of times. I'll say it on the radio. Dr. Wade, you have the hands of an angel. An angel. I mean, I fall asleep in the chair. I just am so relaxed, and it's so peaceful, and it's a dental office. So there you go.
We
You
do
know,
our
my-
best to
my
make it not
testimony.
feel like a dental office.
No, I know it's so true. It really doesn't. And I'm sure. How long had you known Dr. Wade, or kind of been aware of Payson Premier Dental before you made the decision to join Dr. Hanlon?
We both started talking, I think it was around December 2020, January 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in my residency program at the time in Colorado. And so
Mhm.
I graduated and went to get some advanced training afterwards. And so, I had got connected with Dr. Wade, and her and her husband happened to be going to Colorado for a conference. So
Mhm.
we met up there, and I know my wife and I, in our horse, wanted to come back to Arizona. So,
And the horse.
yes, he's traveled with us from, so I'm originally from Oregon, and so
Okay.
that's where I went and did my undergraduate work and everything, and so came to Arizona for dental school, and then Colorado for residency, and so our horse went with us from Oregon to Arizona to Colorado and back, so we're big horse people, and yeah, so we met Dr. Wade, and dentistry is kind of a unique thing where I think, kind of like we touched on, not every office is going to be the same. There's some offices that run things one way or another, and so I kind of wanted to find somebody that saw things the same way as far as patient care and making sure that patients feel valued and really compassionate, and so I felt like our philosophies really lined up. We knew a lot of the same mutual people in the dental field. We both went to the same dental school, and so we started talking about January of 2021, and so over the course of about 4 to 5 months, we kind of decided and found Payson was going to be a good fit and everything, and so we've been out here for almost a year now, and yeah, it's been a good experience.
Wow, and it sounds like, you fit right into Payson. I mean, you have, instead of you do have a family dog.
We do,
You met
yes.
you met the family puppy.
Yes.
During the Mother's Day giveaway, that contest,
yes.
and he's a cutie. But you have like a family horse. I mean,
Yeah.
the horse is
We
moving
didn't
around.
bring him in.
I know, yeah.
He wasn't gonna fit in
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Oh, his head's sticking in the window. No. So yeah, that's Payson is a great fit, and it sounds like, for you and your wife, your family.
Yeah, it's been great. I know my wife grew up a little bit more in the country, and so I kind of married into horses and have learned a lot from her and everything. But yeah, it's been a great community, and it's been a really good change of pace. It's still, I think, a busy enough town that it's able to support our needs and everything, but at the same time too, it's kind of a little bit smaller. It's not quite as congested as the Phoenix area and everything, and I think for us that's really nice because I think it allows for more of a sense of community, that you're really seeing a lot of the same people over and over again in daily life and everything, and to me I think that's something that's really rare and hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just a lot of, I think you're kind of, I don't know, impersonable in a lot of different areas and things like that. I think that's kind of the tendency in larger cities. So it's been a nice change for us that, we get to be part of a community and seeing a lot of the same people and everything. So I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. So you definitely fit right into Payson Premier Dental because of all their community involvement. I mean, everything that you're involved in, Sarah, you're the director of marketing. So everything that seems like Payson Premier Dental supports, sponsors, is a part of, that makes a big difference, doesn't it? Being part of that.
I think so, and I think that there's definitely more of an opportunity to be able to have that personal connection with people and to be able to serve them in that way. And I mean, it's not quite a excuse me, like a cookie cutter operation. There's a lot of offices that run that way, and I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. But I know for me it's challenging because I really do like to make sure that patients feel like they're valued, they're appreciated, and when you're dealing with somebody kind of more on an individual level versus looking at a number or something like that, I think that it allows for you to be able to, I don't know, feel a little bit more personally fulfilled in what you do and everything. So, yeah.
So, and I know people that are familiar with Payson Premier Dental here in town. You're probably, I know I'm wondering this, you're probably wondering this as well. all ladies in the office, right? All
Did
ladies.
you have to bring that up, Kristin?
Yes, because I know other people are wondering. It's like all ladies in the office. It's kind of like you took a job on like Wonder Woman's island, or something, you know?
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, and I know you guys love the theme.
Well, y'all are
dress.
strong women. You
Yeah,
know,
well,
independent
autumn, and
Right,
autumn,
and
yeah, and I mean everyone there, but you can tell just very, very close, very, very
Yes,
close. Everyone
yes.
in the office is close, friends. I mean, they're supporting each other. It's not just a job.
Right.
It's not just a workplace.
Yeah.
But you guys are a family.
Mhm.
So a family of ladies, and now Dr. Hanley. So how has that been? Was that something you looked at or you thought? And I don't know, in other dental offices, is there usually more ladies, more females, or is it a mixture?
Yeah.
or-
I think supports team.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
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 But how has that been? How is that? Were you a little? Was there some trepidation or kind of wondering?
Not really. I mean, honestly,
That's
yeah.
a good answer.
Yeah. No, I mean it's been. I mean, I think it's been a really good fit and everything. I think that Dr. Wade's a great boss to work for, and the office I think runs really well. And
Yeah.
Also in my family, my mom is Italian,
Oh,
and
nice.
with that means she's very, very not shy with her emotions and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things like that. But all I have to say is that my I've got a really good relationship with my mom and my sister. So growing up, I had a lot of really positive female influence in my life and everything. And so being able to just work with people and see
Yeah.
people for people has been helpful. And it's such a great support staff too, where I think everybody's able to really get along really well. I think communication works well, and I mean they're polite enough to put up with me, so you
Yeah.
can't ask for anything more. So that's nice.
Yeah, hey, there you go. And I want to make sure everyone understands there's never, and I know I'm a patient of yours, our family is, and that's the one thing that I saw right away. There's never been a time, in there where it's like, oh boy, something's going on or this or that. It's always just a very pleasant, professional, and fun at the same time, to where I would never, I've never seen that or don't think that would ever happen, but I'm just wondering, coming from the outside,
Yeah.
you're like, wait a second, is this for real, or is this just the whole picture, everyone together? Wait a second, did they force those smiles, or but not at all. It's all genuine. It's all genuine, and that's really cool. That is really cool to see. So, wow. The other thing, I guess, you're looking at maybe some different services
Yeah.
as well.
So I kind of have found a niche, and I have tailored my learning to more of the cosmetic, Invisalign. I'm going to be getting into sleep medicine a little bit more. So surgeries and different procedures like that are really not what I enjoy doing. So that was also another consideration, when Dr. Hanley was looking to come on. He actually tells me things look fun, and I'm like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. So it's been great. So he's
Yeah.
doing a lot of our oral surgeries, some endodontics, which is root canals, and implants, and he's been taking courses on the implants and doing really, really well. And he's got a great system. He's really investigated which kind of system he wanted, and
Yeah.
so he's definitely a fact finder,
Mhm.
which
There we go.
I think I am also.
Uh-huh.
So we might be a little more similar than we were thinking originally, but it's worked out really nicely.
Oh, that is so. And those are things that are currently being offered, or you're doing, or at the office.
Yeah, and so part of the reason I did a residency after dental school is I wanted to be able to offer more than just kind of what was available through dental school. And kind of like with Dr. Wade, she went through, and she's a fellow in the Academy of General Dentistry, so she's gone through additional coursework and has gotten certified to be able to do more high-end cosmetic work and things like that. And dentistry is unique, where you can kind of, after your base level of education, you can kind of tailor what other services you want to be able to provide. And so with that, I did a 1 year as a general practice residency, where I was in the advanced care clinic at the University of Colorado, and I was also on call at the university hospital there. So I was both
Wow.
in the hospital doing hospital dentistry in the operating room and the emergency room and doing rotations, pretty similar to what you'd see for most medical students and things like that, with going through anesthesia for 2 weeks, going through the emergency room for 2 weeks, and being able to, in some essences, kind of function like a physician to be able to get more of an understanding of those things. And so with that, allows you to be able to do more surgeries and things like that than what are typically taught to the average dental school student and things like that. And so it allows us to be able to offer more. There are still some instances where we do work with a network of specialists and things like that. It's very difficult in 1 year to become a master of every single expanded area in dentistry.
Yes.
So we do partner and work with things, and there are some areas where we're looking to continue to expand in those and everything. But it's allowed us to be able to keep more things in the Payson area, to be able to offer more services and be able to help in more of a need. So that's a little bit the journey that I took.
Wow, that's very interesting. And I never even realized that there are ER dentists. Is that common in all hospitals, or?
Not every hospital.
Okay.
So the one that I was at, I believe it was a level 1 trauma center. So they had
Wow.
everything there.
Wow.
And so, yeah, part of our training was that we would be in the advanced care clinic. We would take on, in kind of the outpatient setting, more advanced cases that were beyond kind of what a dental student would typically see. So more medically complex patients that needed more advanced treatment than you would typically see in your kind of drilling and filling and basic services. But at the same time too, we would be on call at the hospital, where we'd be either called in to help for a consultation for a patient. So it wasn't uncommon for, let's say, somebody needed to go in for heart surgery, and we would get called by the cardiology team, and they would say, hey, this patient's going to be in. What are the dental needs that they need prior to their surgery? Can you work up a treatment plan? So we'd coordinate with them. And then also too, there were also emergency services where if somebody came in and they had an abscess that was more of an emergent nature, started to become more systemic or affecting other body systems, then we'd get called in to do whatever was needed there. And so I think it's good understanding, and it also helps us too that if we are working with somebody that has more complex health needs, or if they're seeing and working with their physicians, it's helpful too to be able to have more of an understanding of what their specific needs are going to be, what kinds of things that we can be doing with their physician to make sure that they're getting the best possible dental care possible. So yeah, I felt like it was a good year well spent in being able to kind of get a little bit more hands-on training and experience with that.
Well, it's wonderful because that's a great experience that is now in Payson.
Right.
All that experience you have is now in Payson Premier Dental. So that's Dr. Hanley is a great asset to your office.
Very much so, very much so. And
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting too, that I know he's told his story about how he got interested in dentistry. I don't know if I've heard the whole story though, but I think if you don't mind sharing that just a little bit,
Sure.
I think that's
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat. I mean, I don't know, neat, but
Yeah.
it's
See how it ties
yeah,
into what
yeah,
you just
yeah,
said.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was originally, when I graduated from high school, I was planning on becoming a pilot. So I was in the Air Force ROTC program up in Oregon. And there were a couple things that kind of happened at the same time. While I was going through the ROTC program, the route to become a pilot through the Air Force is pretty competitive, and it's pretty challenging. I enjoyed being in the ROTC program. I like the physical aspect of it and everything. But at the same time, kind of when I was starting to get into it, I was kind of wondering if that was really kind of the spot for me. And so there was a dentist at the church that I was going to that he did a lot of outreach opportunities stateside, and he was with a group called Compassion Connect up in Oregon, and they're a not-for-profit, they're a faith-based organization, but they would, a couple of times during the summer, they would, on a Saturday, get an organization of physicians, chiropractors, dentists, and other services too, to go into a local community center or school and offer services for free for the public. And so the community involvement was something that I felt like was really a tangible way of being able to use the education and training that you had to be able to give back, and I felt like it was personally rewarding. And it was around the same time I suffered a jaw injury when I was in college, and it forced me to have to leave the program that I was in. I had to leave the ROTC program, and so I had to have some jaw surgery and had to spend some time through a liquid diet and everything for a few weeks. And so kind of during that, it rethinked and kind of was wondering where my calling was and it was that I kind of needed to make a life decision for. And so it was kind of during that time where I started looking closer to dentistry, and so it was a good career path, and it's been also helpful too that when you send somebody home and you tell them, hey, you're not able to be on hard foods for a couple of days, something like that. I've been there, I get it. Here's what works, here's what doesn't. So it's nice to be able to have, I don't know.
Yeah, you can definitely relate.
Yeah.
Relate. Wow, that's a cool story. I know I was in the Air Force. I was in the Air Force for 10 years, not a pilot,
really?
but went in the Air Force. So worked with quite a few pilots at Luke Air Force Base.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
yeah, I know it. The jets. Oh my gosh, those guys flying those. Yeah, kind of crazy. Kind of
High
crazy.
stress, I imagine.
The what?
Would it be a high stress?
Oh my gosh, yeah. But I guess you have to be built for it. You have to be built for that and have the mentality. Wow, that's really cool. Very cool. So again, it goes back to community involvement, giving back to your community, giving of yourself, serving the community, which again, a great fit with Payson Premier Dental. So speaking of that, Sarah, are there anything that's coming up that you have, or different organizations? I know you've worked with so many recently in the middle school, been involved with the program there.
Well, and that's exciting. So the middle school fitness center is,
Yes.
I mean, it's so close to being done.
Oh,
And
all right.
so we'll be able to do the big reveal for that really soon, and it's going to be used, all summer long with the
Yes.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we're super excited about that. They're just waiting for their last shipment of equipment.
Yeah.
We'll be out at the Women's Wellness. We have that coming up.
And that is June
10th or 11th. It's that Saturday.
11th. Yeah,
11th,
June 11th.
okay.
Yeah, have the poster right over
There you
there.
go.
So yeah, June 11th. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. We recently, so we always coordinate the annual dentist salute our veterans
Yes. Mm-hmm.
event. But as an office, we decided also, because we have something called the dental savings plan, but we're offering that to veterans at no cost. So then they get discounted services when they come visit us. So that's just something that's more recent, because veterans are always, we love veterans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that is very obvious, because the Saluting Our Veterans, that program, you've been involved with that since it started here in Payson, I believe, right?
Well, I think it started at our office
It started.
with High Desert Dentistry when
Yeah.
Dr. Mattern owned the practice.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's other offices in town.
Yes, yeah.
Centerpoint
Yeah.
Dental,
Yeah.
and other.
Yeah, most of them do quite a bit. So.
Yeah.
So that's just a great program that you started, involved with, continued. So that is really good.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of fun. And so it's great to be able to expand your services, again, bring in new patients to the office.
Yeah.
And anything else that you have going on? I know children. Now, do you have young children, or do you take young patients?
Well, so we do. Dr. Hanley and I both will see children, but we also have Dr. Katie, who comes up, and she's our pediatric dentist. So we actually all went to the same dental school.
Oh, wow.
Katie went on for different training, and she's was in the Army for quite a few years. So she comes up and sees our littles, and then has a good time with them. She is currently pregnant, so she's going to be having her own baby soon too.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have to fill it a little bit for her. But yeah, it's a really specialized subset, and just knowing kind of how to work with the kids. But all of our team members are so great too. So just making everybody feel at ease. And if you come into the office, we have these little, I think they're called little squishies, but they look like candies. So we had to put a sign up that said, "Don't eat."
That was because of me.
So,
We weren't the only ones.
I know. Thank you.
I
Thank
think-
you for making me feel better,
I
Sarah.
think we originally got them for the kids, but our adult patients love them.
Oh, they love them.
Yeah.
Well,
Everybody
yeah,
else.
gummy. I was like gummy candy. I love gummies. Before they could stop me, it's in my mouth. They're like, "Yes, come on. Come on.
Yeah. And then I think, at some point, I know that we'll kind of be spotlighting different community services and events
Yeah.
and things that kind of make us smile. And I've been a member, not an active member for a while, but a member of the Kiwanis for quite a
Yeah.
few years. And we started a dental program years ago in conjunction with the schools and the school nurses. And I know that they still have funds to kind of help with that. We just need a little bit of working relationship back with the school district and
Yeah.
stuff too. So we're working on that. And then I also maybe want to bring in one of the regional directors of a program. It's called First Things First. It's a state-run program, but it's through the tobacco tax money.
Okay.
And it helps birth through 5 children. And so there's a lot of funding that goes to Gila County, north and south, and in the Globe Miami area. So I'd like to maybe spotlight that at some point
Oh,
too. I
wow.
was thinking that might be kind of fun. So I'm a regional council member for that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I love what you said. I don't know if you realize, but the name of that program, Things That Make Us Smile. A dental office, and things that make us smile. What makes you smile? And that is really good to be able to highlight, some of the different organizations you're working with, the partnerships, collaborations, and so on.
And what always makes us smile are the animals, the dogs at the Humane Society.
Oh, yes.
That's, that's just like
nice.
near and dear
And
to
they
our
have an
hearts.
event coming up. I just
June
got an
11th.
email about.
June
Oh, the
11th
same.
as
That's
well.
right. The same day as the.
Same day, but it's later.
That's right.
So I think
Okay.
the women's wellness is in the morning. It ends like early afternoon,
One-ish, 2-ish,
1,
yeah.
2 o'clock.
Mhm.
And then the Humane Society, their 10-year anniversary
Yes.
celebration is later. I think it's from like 3 to 5, 3 to 6, somewhere in there.
So we need I have that on our agenda for tomorrow's leadership
Oh,
meeting,
nice.
so we can figure out what we want to do.
Yeah, we're playing music out there.
Oh, nice.
And so it's great. The Humane Society, we love the Humane Society.
Mhm.
Everyone out there, Lucy, Nicole, and DJ and Annie when they were
Mhm.
there. It's wonderful and it's cool. I love the post. So they'll
Yeah.
bring some puppies or
Yeah,
dogs
meet
over
up with the
to.
puppies. My favorite was going to Dan's Eisen for
Yeah.
Yes.
for the little pup cup because the dog got so excited about it. It was photos in the pup cup.
Yes, dogs destroy those pup cups. I know mine. It's like if we go and he just knows the drive-through or wherever
Right.
We get it, and it's like and he just starts going, and then when he gets that cup, oh my gosh, his head's like this big and tongue, but trying to get in this little cup. But it's fun. He loves it. So yeah, that's another group. The Humane Society of Central Arizona that you guys
Mhm.
really work on highlighting the pets there.
Well, and I think we just believe dogs make everything better,
Yeah.
Oh.
especially in the dental office.
Yeah, especially
actually.
now.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, the program they have here at the hospital
Yeah.
with the
Mhm.
dogs, it's amazing, and I think they have a dozen dogs in that program. And it was started. The gentleman, Michael Colombo, I believe was his
Yes.
name, that
Yeah.
passed
Yeah.
maybe a couple years ago or a few years ago.
Mhm.
But when he came to Payson and was doing that
Mhm.
program in California, it was very interesting, and he just grew that, and there were other people that really bought into it and now are continuing.
Yeah.
And
His dog was in our office
yeah,
multiple times,
Yeah.
and now there's another dog that comes on Kids Day.
gotcha. Well, and then
Yeah.
his Beagle is retired,
Yeah.
and the owner, the lady that owns it, who kind of now leads the program, she was in on the
Right.
program.
Oh, cool.
And sharing about that, and with also Jennifer Lawless, the volunteer
Mhm.
coordinator at
Mhm.
Banner
Yeah, she's
Payson Medical
awesome.
Center. Yeah, great, and just talking about that program, and it was so cool. And I would imagine a dental office is the same effect.
Yeah.
Just having a dog in there and calming and just hey.
Makes things a little more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So little Oliver that you met.
I know Oliver. Yeah,
He
like-
sometimes gets to come downstairs, so
Oh.
he comes to the office quite a bit. So we love that.
There you go. Well, hey, it's 10:30, just like that.
Wow.
The time, 30 minutes has gone by, and it was great.
Yeah,
Great,
it is good.
learning more about and finding out what's new, what's happening, getting to know you more, Dr. Hanley, and Hope you're here in Payson for a very long time.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome, and thank you, Sarah,
Mhm.
for setting this up and
Setting it up and
all-
sitting in the hot seat.
sitting in the hot seat, the hot seat, yeah. Taking one for the team. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Hope you continue to have a wonderful Tuesday. And time to get back to the music now with some Led Zeppelin, Peter Gabriel, Missing Persons, Eurythmics, and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
I think it's you.
Yeah, there we go. All right. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.